Exactly 2 years ago today, I left everything behind and moved back to Canada to be closer to my only son. Back home, I had it all: a home I owned, multiple income streams, a stable career. But I had to choose: live in comfort or be present in my son's life. See him once a year, uh, or through a screen once a week, or share real moments, even just once or twice a week. So I started over at 50. Let go of certainty. I early retired, took risks, and embraced change. And here is what I've learned: every major transition I've faced, from living abroad alone to single parenting, has led to new opportunities. This one was no different. As 2 years later, I've rebuilt everything from scratch, found my tribe, created new income streams, and built a fulfilling life that actually feels like mine. So, but I also realized not everyone knows how to navigate change like this. That's why I made it my mission. I've backed my experience with relevant knowledge and turned it into a system that supports others in transition. So if you're in the middle of a life shift, or want to plan for one, whether it's retirement, empty nesting, a career change, or simply a new chapter, change is not the end. It's a doorway. You just need the tools, the mindset, and the right support to walk through it. I've been there more times than I can count. I know some of you might say, this isn't actually possible for my situation. My life just fell apart. There is no opportunity in this mess. I get it. When you're in the middle of it, everything feels like chaos. But that does not mean there is no potential. In fact, those moments of uncertainty, often carry the seed for your next chapter. It's not about pretending it's easy. It's about realizing that your response can become the doorway to growth, meaning, and deeper fulfillment. And no, I'm not talking about toxic positivity. I'm talking about what history, psychology, and lived experience have shown us over and over again. That some of our deepest breakthroughs come from the hardest seasons. You don't have to love what happened to you. I don't. But you can decide what you do next with it next. You know? Or maybe you've already tried to stay positive before, but it didn't really work. That's completely fair. But here is the thing. Positivity without structure can actually be exhausting. Just trying to think good thoughts is not a plan, it's pressure. What makes a difference is combining hope with clear action, with practical tools that move you from I wish things would change to here's what I'm doing next. It's like trying to build a house with just good intentions. You still need the blueprint, the roadmap, the right tools, and a way to take one step at a time. Some of you might also think I've always managed on my own. Time will fix it again. And sure, time passes, But that does not mean it heals or rebuilds. There is a difference between simply getting through something and actively choosing how it shapes your life. Without intention, you risk moving forward without purpose, repeating old patterns, or never fully stepping into the life you're meant to build. Time alone does not teach you how to redefine your identity, recover your energy, or reimagine your future. That part takes choice. Other people, sometimes think this sounds like it will take forever. I don't have time to sit and figure it all out. But doing nothing often costs you more time. Quick fixes usually just cover up the symptoms, not root causes. And that's what leads to burnout and starting over again and again. Real change does not have to be complicated or heavy. With a clear process and small consistent actions, you gain clarity and momentum from day one. You avoid wasted effort and save yourself years of frustration and confusion. And what if you're thinking, I'm too drained to do anything else right now? I hear that too. And honestly, that level of exhaustion is not a sign you're weak. It's a sign you have been carrying too much alone. Most people don't realize that staying stuck is actually more draining than moving forward. The energy you use spinning in circles, second guessing, avoiding, it adds up. Real support does not pile on more. It helps you focus on less, better. It helps you move from aimless fatigue to purposeful fuel step by step. And if you're afraid of what you might uncover if you actually slow down and look at what's going on beneath the surface, that fear is completely normal. Because transformation can feel risky, but the process does not have to be chaotic. It can be gentle, paced, and structured. You don't dive head first into the deep end. You build your capacity as you go. This is not about emotional overload. It's about revealing only what you're ready to face and learning to work with it, not against it. And if you might even think, I'm not strong enough to turn this around, and the truth is, you don't have to be. You're not supposed to already have all the answers. That's what the process is for, to help you become the person who feels strong enough to start. The strength gets built in the journey, not before it. The people you see thriving now, many of them started in the same spot. Doubting, overwhelmed, unsure. They just took the first step. And yes, maybe you're thinking my situation is different. Nothing out there is built from what I'm going through. And your story is unique, but you're not the only one navigating uncertainty, grief, identity shifts, or the need to start over. Underneath every life transition, whether it's a relocation, divorce, healthcare, or a career ending, there are common threads. The need for purpose, direction, resilience, and connection. When you have a system that adapts to your story instead of forcing you into a mold, you realize this can work for you too. You're not alone. You're not too complicated. You're not the exception. So if you're ready to stop surviving and start building your next chapter, join the priority list for the Momentum in Motion program I'm launching. You will find the link around this video. And you will be the first to know when doors will open. Spots are limited, and it's the most simple yet powerful way designed to help you move forward with clarity, confidence, and vitality. Let's put your momentum in motion together.